Hi everyone, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Late afternoon, unexpected live show. Welcome everyone if you will join now or watch later. Um, Thank you so much everybody who joined last night late live show, which I made private, but you will be able to watch it soon on Patreon. I'm gonna post tonight some of the shows that became private on Patreon, so if you're a member, you can watch it. And today I want to give you an insight, somewhat of advice, but more like something to learn from the story of one of my clients. So here we are. Welcome everyone. Hey Chuck. Hi Terry. Thank you for joining. So, welcome. Do we need a filter or we just gonna go filterless today? We're just gonna go with natural light. Welcome everyone. So, I was sharing, yesterday we were talking about the followers feedback, subscribers feedback, my clients feedback, and I was sharing with you. We were talking about, sometimes when you took the right decision to not continue with somebody, it's a success story because you didn't waste your time and you stopped, and now you have time and energy to do something else. So today I want to share one of the probably most common mistakes that American men do very often in when dating Ukrainian ladies. Even though there are so many videos that talk about courting, about certain etiquette in Eastern Europe, there is a reason why you want to try to possibly, meet somebody in Eastern Europe, Ukraine, Russia, I don't know, any other country. It's because you're hoping to find somebody feminine, somebody with family values, and maybe you're just attracted to the mysterious Russian soul. I don't know, but there are certain no-nos that if you do, you almost have no chance getting her back. So let's get to it. A client of mine reached out to me, I don't know, several weeks ago, let's say, and he was on the verge of desperation because he had great communication with the lady and she was nice and sweet, and all of a sudden she started to lose interest, and even though their communication seemed to be great, and he went to see her and they spent actual physical time, and she just kind of got discouraged and he wasn't sure what that was. So it took me hearing her to hear I needed to hear her story to be able to really help him, because from his side I could not understand anything. Long story short, my dear friends, when you are pursuing a Ukrainian lady, you absolutely have to consider Ukrainian or Slavic Eastern European etiquette. If you don't know it, if you don't like it, if you don't want it, I get it. There is no that you must, or there is no requirements, but just understand that you are not going to be successful. So what I've learned from her story was that he was not thinking ahead. He wasn't a gentleman when they went out. He didn't think certain steps ahead. For example, very simple example with a cab. I think he was leaving earlier. I don't remember, guys, all the details, but she was leaving later than he was leaving, and so he left and she was waiting, I believe, for transportation, for a cab to get to the airport, wherever they were meeting. But he did not think ahead of ordering her cab, or paying somehow for the cab. And I want to I want you guys to understand this clearly. A lot of Ukrainian women doing okay. Not everybody is broke and poor. I want you to understand this is not about gold digging. We're talking about normal, everyday women who are just, looking to expand their options. Some Ukrainian women not necessarily looking for a foreign man. They just want to expand their options. Having options, having candidates, it's a good idea, right? It's a good idea because then you can find somebody or connect with somebody that you really like, or at least you have a chance for it. You may end up changing your mind, but it's nice to know you have options. So, long story short, um, he almost he almost canceled himself as an option. It's not just that you pay for everything, and there is nothing to be upset about, Chuck. If you do not like that part of a culture, that understandable. But this is how we were raised, even though everybody is complaining about Russian men, but this is how we were raised. When I was growing up, if I tried to pay or take care of a man, he would look at me that there is something wrong with me, that I am mentally, you know, that I have some kind of mental disease. Man would never, ever, ever let you take care of him financially. He would let you take care of him in many other ways, but not that way. But this video is not even about that. This video is about thinking ahead. It's not about, I want you to understand clearly that it's not that she cannot pay for her cab. It's not that she can pay for herself, at the restaurant or at the shop. You have to understand it doesn't matter if she has a full stack of cards in her purse, if she has bunch of cash, maybe she owns a business, maybe she's doing fine. It has nothing to do with her financial standing. If you're a man, you want to share her in little ways, and then you can increase them, that you are capable of taking care of her. So anyway, in this situation, there were several instances when he would forget to think ahead. And I want you also to understand, you need to know how to do it. It's not that you have to have an elegant way of presentation. If you say, here is you have to, some men have this elegance about them. They know how to do this behind the scenes. They would not, you just, oh God, I can't believe I even have to talk about this, but unfortunately I should. And I also checked that in my stats I have a lot of men now watching in their late 20s, early 30s, and I know this is a very challenged generation, kind of growing up in this feminist sort of environment. And so I want to make it clear that it's your thinking, it's you elegantly doing it. You're not asking, do you need this, do you need that? No, you find a way. You either pre-order something early, or if your Cash App, your PayPal, your whatever, you can do it without making a big deal out of it, doing very elegantly. And once again, it's not about you being broke, or you're your only hope. You show this way that you are thoughtful. You think ahead. Guys, I cannot stress enough what an extremely important quality that is, when you think ahead. When you think ahead of time. So she's thinking to herself, oh my gosh, this guy is not the guy that's going to be on Christmas, on Christmas Eve, going out and looking for the present. This is the guy who is thinking ahead of time. I matter to him. He wants me to be comfortable. He doesn't want me to have any stress. It's so important. It's not necessarily just about paying for some things or services ahead of time. It's about showing protection, like you have a shield over her, so she doesn't need to worry about it. Long story short, I'm gonna open the window because it is a hot day in Michigan. Hot day in Michigan. Um, so what did I want to say? What was I saying? Oh my gosh, it's hot. If I get my car on, it will be too loud. I can't stand it when the car is working. So anyway, guys, yes, Brian Adams, I'm gonna be demonetized. Yes, I don't know if I told you guys I met Brian Adams. Ha ha ha. But it's not about it's not about it's this video is not about this that. Let's get back. So by thinking ahead, by showing your courtship, by you just, it's almost like you put this puffy, beautiful, fur wrap around her, so she's not stressed, she's not worried, because once again, guys, I just want you to understand this, how important that is. How important that is, that you think ahead of time, and right, you think ahead of time. So anyway, so what happened with the client? Let me try to give you a long story short. Oh my god, oh, I'm getting hot. It was like 90 degrees, I think, today. It's freaking Florida. What's going on? Michigan, what's going on? Save some of this heat for the winter. Yes, it is so important to think ahead. You can, it's not, I mean, it's not always even about, it can be about picking her up from the airport, aligning, your flights. I don't know, just feeling like you got her back. That's basically what it is. Long story short, she decided she wanna have nothing to do with him because he didn't think of ahead of many things. So she told me several things where he was just not really thinking ahead. So I gave him a call back. I had to do all this, I had to spend all this time. Yes, I get paid for my time, but still, I could not figure out what's wrong. Finally, I figured it out, and I told him, listen, you forgot to do this. You did not make sure she has transportation. I don't want to tell all the details. So you were missing out on some very important clues. And absolutely, she told me, because she was sad that somebody she really liked has absolutely no clue how to court a lady. So she didn't want to give up on him, but she kind of backed up, and she felt that, okay, this man is not capable. He can't make sure that I'm safe. He can't make sure that I have. As I'm comfortable, because she was also traveling and things like this. Anyway, guys, um, God, Florida is here. Anyway, I'm gonna put some kind of filter. Should I put bubbles yet? No, I'm not gonna put bubbles yet. So, I talked to him and I told him, listen, you need to call her back and tell her that you're gonna take care of this. And guess what he told me? He said, well, I didn't know that. American women, or westernized women, or women who are feminists or feministic somewhat, they don't want to be taken care of. They don't want to be courted. They don't want me to, pay for their stuff or bring them flowers. Oh yeah, he just didn't even think, guys, no matter what, we love flowers. Please don't force to buy it, but if you find the woman beautiful, you want to compliment her beauty with the flowers. It just goes without saying. He screwed up on that one too. And so he said that, when I do these things for feminists kind of women, they do not appreciate them, they make fun of them. So I was uncomfortable courting her in this way. And I told him, but you are not, you were not with a feminist kind of type woman. Why did you still court her this way? And what happens, guys, I felt like he just didn't know, he just didn't have practice or didn't have experience how to court somebody and, be a gentleman. I think that he just lost or maybe never learned how to do that. But he is a very good quality, high quality man. High quality, I mean high value, high, great person. So I was quite upset to know, we spent all this time when they were communicating to do things right, and then he meets and it's a big failure. Anyway, he gives her a call and he apologizes for his behavior, and he just tells you, I told him, just tell her the truth. Tell her the truth. Tell her you didn't know any better, but you will do better. You will do everything you wanted to do, but earlier when in your dating experience, in your relationships, it was denied. So he told her that he gonna do better, and if she would consider giving him a second chance. And the truth is, in the long run, by his main qualities, by his most important qualities that he holds, he is a great guy. He is somebody that Ukrainian women are looking for. But you can lose very easily if you are in a Slavic dating, in Eastern European dating. Women still looking for the knight in armor, right? I mean, they just they still, they want to have that fairy tale. And if you always want it but you could never do it, that is your chance to do it, right? That is your chance to do it. This is your time to shine. This is your time to shine, and enjoy it. Don't feel that it's some kind of, when you really love a woman, when you really, or at least you are excited or attracted to her, it's not that hard to do. So everything that you would be made fun of here in US, in Russia, Ukraine, would be appreciated. Our ladies love compliments, love flowers, love unnecessary gifts. By unnecessary, I mean not rational. Something beautiful. Something feminine and things like this. If you need a consultation, you know who to ask. But I don't know if he would be willing to share this, maybe for Patreon, or he's not a camera person. He really does not like to to be on any kind of media. I don't think he even have a social media account. But he asked me to share this because she felt, you see guys, this is something that we grew up with. And I have to tell you, as a person who lives now in US, it is frustrating that younger men, and not only, I mean, it depends what you call younger. Let's just say many men do not know how to court anymore, and some of them afraid to court because they don't want to be made fun of. So don't lose that. It's such a great opportunity to have, to have fun, because that's something then you will remember anyway. So she gave him a chance because he realized that he was not on his game, and he wasn't thinking. It was a misunderstanding. But very often Ukrainian women see that, oh my gosh, this guy is incapable, this guy is not he's not gonna be romantic, he's not gonna be appreciative. But no, he just didn't know any better. And hey, they made it work. She gave him a chance, and things are heading where they need to head. And meanwhile, I'm gonna put some bubbles. Thank you for a spontaneous super chat. Thank you, Bill, I appreciate this. You can see many bubbles now. You are welcome. Well, Terry, it's not always, showering. And I believe you do things how you feel. I never recommend you, if you feel uncomfortable about something, if it's not the right time, do something little, kind of get to it. I do understand if you grew up here and you've never taken a girl on a real date, and you never had a chance to court, or maybe you courted somebody 20 years ago, so I do understand it. But kind of try to find that flow. I believe if you have that passion, if you have that excitement, you have it. You don't even need anybody telling you that you need to do it. But I do believe you have to have the desire. I never recommend you guys to do something you not truly desire, you're not passionate about, you don't really want to do. If you have the desire, if you just have the energy for it, and you know that, listen, you basically can never go wrong. Be careful with giving, unless that was prior. You talked about it prior, giving some, pots or pans or, you know, um, irons or cleaning devices, because women will take it like, wow, that's something, very functional. Ukrainian women in general love all the things that are that have absolutely no use. For example, accessories, makeup, earrings, flowers, perfumes, I don't know, shoes, all the beautiful things, because they still living in the fairy tale. We all grew up on a fairy tale, that, and it's kind of hurts, for many women. I think it's hurting them because they grew up on fairy tales, and now they are in 2020, when, women getting on one knee and proposing to men in certain countries, right? So if you have that impulse, if you have desire, if it's irrational, if you walk, yes, Terry mentioned something about, going over the top. Yes, you may have a date or a night when you just, we even had that song about 1 million of red roses. 1 million I was growing up, it was like, I remember being a kid. I think that was it came out in '90s, and I remember, as a child, still a child, listening to this song, and it was 1 million roses. It was a song about an artist that got 1 million roses for the girls that he loved. He sold everything he had. He kind of went overboard, but he got 1 million roses. And I understand that all rational people would think, oh my God, that's so stupid. He got 1 million roses, but he now doesn't have a home or something. But try to think without logic and reason sometimes. It's not something you do every day, but sometimes you may knock on her door and have 1 million roses, or even have just, not literally 1 million, but you have a chance to actually, be the man with a capital letter M. It can be something bright like that, but it can be something very subtle. It can be something that you thought ahead. Like, for example, with that car, you could have called, 5 days before and arranged and paid for her safe delivery to the airport. Or you may change your flight and you drive her yourself. It's about the gestures, about the romance and things like that. I hope you understand what I mean, guys. Meanwhile, I'm changing filters. Thank you. I got more than one or two bubbles. I appreciate the super chat, Bill. Thank you. That's very lovely. Yes, it's very true. Women do like to feel special and know you really care. It's true. Yes, sometimes things happen, but overall, especially in Ukraine, we still have this old world thinking. It's very, very easy. Watch some 50s movie and you will be successful in dating in Ukraine. But seriously, think about this. He invested all this time. He invested money in my help when I was helping him how to connect to her. Then they were doing great. Then they meet and he completely screwing up the very basics of etiquette. Then he leaves and she kind of just slowing down. And the reason why she is slowing down, it is was because she felt that she could be incapable for all she knows. you know but he is not incapable, he just didn't know how to do it better. Guys, if you know you screwed something up, ask for forgiveness and just do do it better, do it right, um, take it to the next level. Terry. Terry wants to be blocked, I think. I don't think that's a great idea. Um, you guys are a mess. Always keep attentive to her wants and needs and just surprise them with things. Maybe a nice pop bag, makeup, earrings, necklace, whatever. Yeah, you know, the more you know somebody, the more you know their tastes, their preferences. But listen, if you gotta have that innate desire to do it, and then you can refine it, you can figure it out, you know, just it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult, and the thing is it's really really fun. It's like, you know, I don't know, it's just really fun. It kind of takes you out of the ordinary, you know. Do you guys agree? When you court somebody, it does take you out of the ordinary. Don't worry about the parking horse in the city. You know, it's really interesting. Like in how you call it, we have this town in, and maybe you guys have this too. We have this town in Michigan and called Frankenmuth. You can actually get a ride in a carriage. This is so cool. I would love to do it sometimes. They have this beautiful white carriage, and you can take a ride. So they will park your horse for you. I know they do it, I think, in St. Petersburg and, of course, some other places in Russia, maybe somewhere in Ukraine, but we have here in Frankenmuth, you know, you can rent a carriage. Frankenmuth is kind of like a German town. It's a forever Christmas town. It's Christmassy. It's really, really a sweet, fun little town to experience sort of a German culture. But you can hop in a carriage. It's really cool. I love it. I had that experience maybe once or twice, but not here. Santiago has those. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Spontaneity. Yes, exactly, Debbie. It's not like, you know, okay, do this, do that. You know, guys, I'm just trying to share with you, especially that we were talking about the feedback, um, and people not only speak different languages, they have different mentalities, they grew up with different parents and things like this. uh, if something is right, you will have an energy for it. Like, for example, when I feel, I have times when I really want to make a video. I mean, it's really, you know, there is no internet. I am somewhere out. I'm with, you know, I'm around some people and I feel, oh my God, I need to make a video right now. I need to find an opportunity. When you really, when you have a drive and energy, a desire to do something, you will find an opportunity. So I'm just giving you ideas. I'm just giving you a clue that please think couple steps ahead. If you're going out, if you're driving somewhere far away and you know she is not too comfortable, you know, staying with you, if you decide to stay over in another town, you know she's not too comfortable yet staying with you in one room, make sure you offer her and get her another room. This way you will show her that you are not pressing her, you're not forcing her, you just let her be herself, you let her relax, you care about how she feels, and you think ahead. So don't act surprised. You know, as a man, as a leader, I think you do probably this in your career, in your job, when you need to do some strategic moves to get certain results. This is no different. You have some strategic um, time when you think about what you're going to be doing, and you just kind of look ahead. You looking for you have a vision, a picture, and you understand there could be certain challenges, and you already have plan A, plan B, plan C, and plan D, and so on and so forth. A, B, C, D, E. You have a lot of you have many um, scenarios for whatever will happen. So she will appreciate it. The last thing you want to do is to act helpless and put her in a situation when she needs to protect herself when she has you. Question: why does she need you if she will have to take care of certain things herself? She'll either have to protect herself or cover some expenses, or or cover some bills, whatever you're doing. Then she doesn't need you. She may be totally fine of taking care of that, but her first thought will be, well, I definitely don't need him because he isn't capable. And I know this is not what the family is teaching you or telling you. They don't need you. Well, Ukrainian Slavic women do need you, and they just love when you're taking care of things. That's all. It is like special operation. You guys are funny today. Oh my goodness. I'm just reading your comments, guys. Yeah, I'm spilling some tea. So, anyway, guys, thank you for sharing your thoughts. To sum it up, just remember that little things can cost you big big investments and incredible effort you had put ahead of time. So the lady I was talking to, she was basically on the verge of breaking up, uh, because she just felt like she was just disappointed. She was just, she was fine. She was able to, she didn't die without flowers. She didn't die paying for her own cab, but she felt so disappointed. She felt like this man have, he's such a good man, but she wants to have a little bit of a fairy tale, a little bit of the gentleman experience, and you know, she was on the verge of breaking up. By the way, I have an update from them. So basically, he didn't only say that he will do better, but he actually did better. He realized, okay, he's not in US, or he's not with a masculine woman. She's with a woman who appreciates gifts and gestures and support and tenderness and care and thoughtfulness. And so he just, each time he told me he was doubting, he would he told me he would play my voice in his head, and just do, and just, he was actually shy. It's really interesting. He was afraid somehow subconsciously that he would be over the top and she will make fun of him. So that is insane. So guys, don't make this mistake. Think, be a strategic man. Think through, have a vision. If you're going somewhere on vacation, make sure that they have, these apartments or hotel rooms or whatever available. Make sure that you're not going to be looking helpless. Make sure you make those reservations or whatever you need to do. And have fun with it. And hey, if that's not for you, if you are more of a everyday guy, you're completely different, then you will find what works for you. Maybe you will find Bob's a builder or Barbara is a builder. Yes, first impression is so important, and people presume a lot of things, even though what she presumed about this man wasn't true. But she presumed it, and if I wouldn't talk to her, just by talking to him, it was very difficult for me to understand. I knew that something was wrong, but he didn't think he did anything wrong. And it's not that it's wrong or right, it's just something that's appreciated and something. Anyway. Anyway, my dear friends, I have to fly, I have to go, I have to drive. It's nice and cool. Oh my gosh, okay, one thing I love about Michigan, it could be 90 degrees, and then when sun is down, it's like feels like natural air conditioner. It's so nice right now. So y'all be jealous. You'll be jealous, but not for too long. Oh my God, I'm just gonna open the windows, no AC. So I'm gonna go enjoy the evening. From Michigan with love. Thank you for joining, everybody, and I will see you soon.